3, 2, 1. People feeding, yes?
Feeding.
These were planted mid-March.
Yeah.
Fed them with bloodfish and bone.
Yeah.
We've never fed them since. So we don't feed them like that.
No.
When they're all full of sweet, you know, the whole thing's filled up with flowers, we might give them 1 or 2 tomato food or seaweed.
As a boost.
As a boost. But if you do the bloodfish and bone at planting, you don't need to feed them. So don't waste your money on tomato feed, because it's so expensive, and definitely not every week. Okay. At this time of year, you get what's called bud drop. So for some reason, the buds have fallen off. Nobody really knows. They reckon fluctuating temperatures, but just cut it off. I'm trying to find one where I can tell you now it's going to be a bud drop, because it just doesn't quite form properly. So this one's not too bad. Here we are. There's one good one. See how it's straight up? It's not bent with 3 on the end. It's only got the 1. Look, just comes off.
Yeah.
That's bud drop. There's nothing you can do. Right, we've had a lot of questions lately about taking these buds off to get them to grow taller. But the reason these are tall is they're autumn sown.
Yeah.
If you spring sown, it's not a problem, but they won't get this height.
No, because they get pushed into flowering.
Yeah, because of the light level. So taking these buds off, all you're doing is you're taking off the potential blooms, and it's not going to make them grow taller or quicker. So just leave them and let them just do their own thing. And then for tying in, it's tempting to tie to this stem here. Now that's got the tendril on the end that I've already cut off, and it's tempting to put the string onto this. This is not very strong. So if you get a windy day, that can snap, and then the whole thing will snap. So always tie to the main stem, but plenty of slack.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is where I'll start using this for the side stems when they wake up.
Yeah.
The extra, you know, the tails, if that's what you want to call them. All right. Because I tie up once a week, this one got caught under the leaf here, so it's ended up bent. But don't worry, all I did was I cut the leaf off. So this was caught under there when I came in this morning, because it was a leaf like this. So all I've done is I've just gently straightened it a bit and then just cut that leaf, and then it'll just carry on growing. So
It'll soon straighten up.
So sometimes you have to remove the odd leaf if it's going to go up into it. And then this, the more you pick, the more you get, technically is true, but all you're doing is the plant's going to go over quicker. So when you cut these, it encourages the shoots to come out, and then they'll flower, and you cut them and they'll flower them. But you can leave them for a bit longer and enjoy them on the plant in the garden. And then you're also delaying the side shoots maybe an extra week, which is an extra week longer at the end of the season, or 2, 3, 4 weeks if you delay it each time. So there's no hurry to pick them.
I'm going to have to stand on the step so I can film. One moment. Up we go.
Careful. Right, so now we're going to top them out, because they're going to hit here. And what they do is they all go in a big mess.
And you end up with flowers all curled in the top.
But because they're 6 feet tall now, there's an awful lot of side stems all the way down now. That's why you do autumn sowing, so you can get to 6 foot and you've got the most amount of joints where all the sides are going to open.
Yeah, the most amount of stem.
So when you go to sacrifice it, you've got to do it in there. You've got to take the whole thing off. You could leave that and do that. That's just going to get caught up here. So I just take the whole thing. And I also take this one off, because that will carry on growing the tendril. So that's it now. That's not going to grow anymore. Get the bloom. You've already got a side stem here. So that's going to open up now by cutting that off. All the side stems, all the way down, are now encouraged to start growing. And that's the idea, to get the wall. But we've got a 6 foot wall. Just go round and do them all now. And use scissors, don't rip them. Oh, this one here I'll do. And it seems, but now that's going to encourage all the sides to come up. Final thing is seed pods. There's no panic with seed pods. if that starts forming a seed, that's probably at least 2 months away from maturing as a seed, and the plant will carry on growing fine. So don't panic too much if you miss it. And to be honest, if you're growing a lot of sweet peas, you miss them all the time anyway. So I will take it off because I'm here now, but there's no hurry. Look, it's got a long way to go before that seeds.